Look at the comments. They know what I wrote. I wrote tons of her music. 90% of her music, I wrote it since I've been around her. I wrote probably like 3 songs on her first album. If I listen to it, I'll tell you exactly what I wrote. And when you listen to it, y'all know my pen. But that's neither here nor there. That's not why I came here. The only reason why I'm mentioning that is because you fabricated.
Papoose and Remy Ma, a love story that weathered prison time, industry pressure, and public scrutiny. But now, everything's unraveling in the most unexpected way. The loyalty, the bars, the marriage. Papoose is finally speaking out, and what he's revealing is leaving fans stunned. It all started with whispers. Over the years, there have always been rumors that Papoose had a heavy hand in Remy Ma's music, some even claiming he ghost-wrote entire verses for her comeback projects. But he never addressed it. He stayed quiet, respectful, always standing 10 toes down behind his wife. Until now. In a recent livestream that's already gone viral, Papoose let it all out. Calm, collected, but clearly wounded, he spoke on what he called the truth that's been eating at him for years. He said he kept it to himself to protect Remy's image, to protect their brand, to protect their family. But after everything that's happened, he didn't feel the need to lie anymore. According to Pap, he wrote 90% of Remy's rhymes, especially during the years following her prison release. Hooks, verses, punchlines. He claims they all came from him, and he didn't say it to discredit her talent. He said it to explain how deep his love ran. That while she was rebuilding, he gave her everything, including his pen. He said it wasn't about ego, it was about sacrifice. He wanted her to win, and he was willing to stay in the shadows if it meant the world saw her shine.
So I'm writing music for Remy Ma and catching her in bed with another woman.
But it didn't stop there. In the same stream, Papoose dropped the bomb that truly shook fans. He said the trust between them broke not because of fame or industry temptation, but because he caught Remy in bed with another woman. A moment he said shattered him completely. He didn't name names, didn't give a timeline, but his voice cracked as he described walking into a situation that no husband should ever have to witness. The internet exploded. Fans were stunned, not just by the allegations, but by how deeply hurt Papoose sounded. A man known for being level-headed, supportive, even stoic, suddenly laying bare years of betrayal, disappointment, and unspoken pain. The man who once wore black love like a badge of honor now seemed broken by it. Some fans came to Remy's defense, saying this was a private matter and that Papoose should have handled it off camera. Others applauded his transparency, saying he'd held Remy down for years and had every right to speak his truth. And then there were those who weren't surprised at all, pointing to recent tensions between the couple, including rumors of a separation and Remy being spotted multiple times without her wedding ring. As for Remy Ma, she hasn't made an official statement yet, but sources close to her say she's hurt and shocked that Papoose went public. Some claim she feels blindsided, especially about the ghostwriting revelation, which could shake her credibility as a lyricist in a male-dominated industry. For a woman who's prided herself on being a bar-for-bar MC, having her husband take credit for most of her rhymes could be career-altering. This isn't just a celebrity breakup. This is the unraveling of a brand built on loyalty, love, and lyrics. The kind of brand that was supposed to be untouchable. But now the curtain's been pulled back, and what fans are seeing behind the scenes is messier than anyone imagined.
90% of her music, I wrote it since I've been around her. I wrote probably like 3 songs on her first album. If I listen to it, I'll tell you exactly what I wrote. And when you listen to it, y'all know my pen. But that's neither here nor there. That's not why I came here. The only reason why I'm mentioning that is because you fabricated.
Papoose didn't end the live stream with bitterness. He said he still respects Remy, still wishes her success, but that he's no longer willing to carry the emotional weight of a one-sided relationship. He ended by saying, "Sometimes the person you write for is the same one who rewrites your entire life without you knowing." So now the question stands, what's next for Remy Ma? Can her career survive this kind of revelation? And what does this mean for the legacy they built together? Let me know what you think. Is Papoose wrong for airing this out publicly? Or was it finally time for him to speak his truth? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more real talk every single week. Nobody saw this coming, not from them. For years, Papoose and Remy Ma were the couple people pointed to when they talked about loyalty, real love, and holding each other down. Through court dates, prison time, comebacks, and careers, He stood by her like a rock. That's why when Papoose revealed what really went down behind closed doors, fans were completely blindsided. The image they projected, the perfect bond of hip-hop royalty, was suddenly cracked wide open. According to Papoose himself, the moment that broke everything didn't involve another man. It wasn't some typical cheating scandal that tabloids thrive on. This was different. This was personal. He said he caught Remy Ma in bed with another woman, and not just any woman, but someone who had been around them before, someone he never suspected. He didn't name her. He didn't have to. The pain in his voice said it all. The moment he walked into that room, everything changed. Not just his marriage, but the image he had built in his mind. The trust, the pride, the years he waited while she served time, the unconditional love he gave even when people told him he was doing too much. All of it came crashing down. He described it as one of the most disorienting moments of his life. He said it wasn't about the fact that it was a woman, it was the betrayal, the secrecy, the fact that someone who had spent so long preaching loyalty to the public was hiding something this deep. He'd stood up for her in every interview, clapped back at anyone who questioned her, and protected her reputation like it was his own. But behind closed doors, something else was unfolding. Papoose admitted that this wasn't an isolated issue. He said there had been distance between them for months, subtle shifts, late-night phone calls that ended too quickly, changes in routine, and then finally that moment of confirmation, the one he never thought he'd have to face. He said the hardest part wasn't the act itself, it was realizing that the person he had sacrificed so much for could lie to his face and sleep beside him every night without saying a word, that she could lean on his support publicly but create a whole other life privately. He said he asked himself over and over again, was I just a placeholder? A provider? A safety net? The internet exploded. Social media lit up with shock, disbelief, and division. Some fans said Remy's personal life is hers to live, and that Papoose was wrong for airing it out. But others defended him, saying if anyone earned the right to speak his truth, it was him. A man who waited while she did 6 years behind bars. A man who raised their family while she rebuilt her career. A man who is loyal in ways most men today simply aren't. So far, Remy Ma hasn't made an official statement, but insiders say she's stunned that Pap went public. Some say she feels betrayed herself, like their private business was turned into content. But Papoose made it clear. He didn't speak out for clout. He spoke out because silence was starting to eat him alive. The image he helped protect for so long became the same mask that kept him quiet while he suffered in the background. And now, everything's different. The fairy tale has fractured. The Black Love brand they proudly wore like a badge of honor has taken a major hit. And the fans who once rooted for them are now asking themselves, was any of it ever real? What makes this story hit harder than most is that Papoose wasn't the typical reality TV husband chasing a check. He wasn't messy, loud, or fake. He was quiet, consistent, and deeply loyal. So when he says he's hurt, you feel it. When he says his trust is broken, you believe it. And when he says he walked in on something that changed him forever, you know it wasn't just drama, it was real life. The aftermath is still unfolding. Will they split publicly? Will there be a comeback story? Or is this the moment fans look back on and say, that's when everything changed? Let me know what you think in the comments. Did Papoose do the right thing by going public? Or should this have stayed?
But that's neither here nor there. That's not why I came here. The only reason why I'm mentioning that is because you fabricated.
What makes this story hit harder than most is that Papoose wasn't the typical reality TV husband chasing a check. He wasn't messy, loud, or fake. He was quiet, consistent, and deeply loyal. So when he says he's hurt, you feel it. When he says his trust is broken, you believe it. And when he says he walked in on something that changed him forever, you know it wasn't just drama, it was real life. The aftermath is still unfolding. Will they split publicly? Will there be a comeback story? Or is this the moment fans look back on and say, that's when everything changed? Let me know what you think in the comments. Did Papoose do the right thing by going public? Or should this have stayed between them? Either way, this is one of the most shocking turns in hip-hop relationship history. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more real stories every week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.